For the next 2 weeks, we are journeying with the prophet Jeremiah. The prophet Jeremiah lived around the late 7th and early 6th century before Christ. He was the one who was to bring God's message to Israel, to God's people, to transform their lives, to acknowledge God in their midst. And that is the context that we need to know to understand today's first reading, where Jeremiah brings the word of God to the people and mentions to them that it is important to realize that God is in your midst. And he tells them that in their younger days, when they were youth as a people, God remembers their first love. God remembers how tender the people were, and God was with them. How many of us remember those years in the past when we saw everything with and through the eyes of love? When we probably remember our first love. I was in Chicago just this past weekend, presiding at one of their anniversaries as their parish, and I told them, you, the people of Chicago, you are my first love, because this is where I started my ministry in the Paulist Fathers, way back in 2007 during the Lenten Apostolate. But you were the ones who embraced me and supported me as I started my formation with the Paulists. Now that I come back to you in 2022 as the president of the Paulist Fathers, I am here to celebrate with you all the accomplishments. Those are the first love, the things that excite and make our heart sort of jump. Perhaps we have forgotten those memories. Perhaps it is important to be reminded by Jeremiah today of those first love. How God remembers how tender we were, how open to God we were. And then Jeremiah talks about the rejection of the people of God when things look good in their life. So as youth, as young people, they rely on God. So they have faith in God. So even when God walks with them through the desert, they are trusting in God. But now that they have a lot of good things, the people have rejected God. Isn't that something that many times when we have everything going our way, or when we are prosperous, successful, when everything seems peachy in our lives, that instead of going to God in gratitude and say, thank God for what I have, we tend to forget that God is the one that makes things possible in life. And so Jeremiah reminds the people, don't forget who makes things possible in your life. Every day, sisters and brothers, is a day of gratitude. I have a big reminder as I open my eyes in the morning. Start every day in gratitude. So the first thing I do is, thank you for this day, God. That's before getting my coffee, before starting my prayers, before going for a run here in Central Park. I say, thank God for another day. Jeremiah is a good prophet to follow, and we'll be hearing Jeremiah every day in the daily Mass. So let us journey with Him, reminding us that God is with us during desert times, challenging times, but also in good times, and reminding us of gratitude in our lives.